Hello again. Yesterday's video was about a few tips. How to cut a really fat embossing folder in a Platinum 6 where the regular plates that come with the machine don't work for something this fat. How to colour those leaves once they were cut with alcohol inks, giving a shimmer, a metallic finish, when you don't actually have metallic alcohol inks, by using some mica, and how to cut hessian and stop it from fraying. So what I thought I would do today is to use some of these things to show how to assemble them into a card. This is the card that I made first of all, and I used just the frame from this die cut. What I had done was to tape together a couple of square dies, cut them out, and use the frame and the centre. So I've used the frame on this one. Behind it, I've just put a small piece of card that I embossed with a sort of splatty embossing folder, and attach the leaf on the top with a bit of foam tape beneath that, and this one just sticking onto the frame itself. So that was the first one. How I prevent this one from fraying is by using some double-sided sheet on the back of the hessian before cutting it out. And I cut two backgrounds out. One was the frame and the square, and the other were three small squares. Okay, the small squares I cut from this. And if you're going to use a card this kind of size, probably the easiest thing to do for placement of those and getting them in position is to use the die you actually cut them with and just pencil in the position of those three blocks very, very lightly. And then when you come to sit them on, all you have to do is line them up with your pencil drawing, and they will be equidistant, in line, same distance from the side. What I've done with these is actually put some double-sided foam tape, slightly fatter one, on the back, and I've left the double-sided embossing sheet on the back just to keep those threads from unraveling. So that's one way. I could use the small leaves with this, which would be quite nice, I thought. But if I tried to use the large leaves, they were just out of proportion. I couldn't cope with that. So what I thought I would do, if I wanted to use these with larger leaves, is to go up a card base size. This one is half a sheet of A4, cut down the length and tent folded. This one is a 5 by 7 inch card, also cut from a piece of A4. And if I want to put those on here and I use this positioning, they're going to be a little bit lost on that big surface. You could do, but the same thing would happen if I tried to use the large leaf. A lot of them would be covered up. So what I would use would be my T-ruler to get the positioning correct. So what I would do, let's see if you can see this, I think you can, is to pop the ruler along the top of the card with the side of it down the fold of the card, and I would just put marks every inch, because this is a 7-inch down card. I've got 3 squares, so there would be 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps between, which would just exactly fit with the 7 inches. So then all I would have to do is to line up these like this. And then once they're stuck down, the larger leaves would look much more in keeping with the bigger spacing and the larger backdrop. Still got space for a sentiment there. This one I thought would be quite nice on a small square card. Why I've got a small square card was because I had cut one of these and I had put down a messy brush and the corner had got all marked. I'll show you. Oops. Look. So I just cut that off and made it into a square card. And I thought this would look quite nice with the square in the centre. Let me just get this one out of the way so you're not confused by that. Let's just put that there. Let's try this one with a leaf on it. They really do shine beautifully. So there, just a few quick tips about aligning base layers and how to use some of the leaves that you may have cut out from the embossing. Well, as ever, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it.